Alright, faggots, Lynn asked me to make a PI thing, so I'm going to do that. This won't be highly informative, just a basic spread out thing, layouts and shit. Yep, have fun. Alright, the gimmick with the planets is that you press the scan button and then push the thing you want to extract. Yep, everybody knows that. The catch to finding the best spots is to adjust this thing up here until you see just barely white around. And the place with the highest concentration of red and white, not just white, is the place you want to go. As you can see, my shit's already here. Alright, a number of things will affect your draw, but things to remember, EVE, CCP, they suck at a lot of things, but they try to make it as real as possible. What I mean by that is the size of the planet affects the ranges that these things are from the base and how long your links are. That's relevant because the longer the links are, the more CPU they take. So, on a gas planet, like the one seen here, you have to go a longer way between here, even though it might look like it's closer. This planet is pretty huge, so it's going to draw more on your CPU. If you notice, between the last one and this one, I have fewer heads and one less factory. Also, I'd like to suggest that you guys use a little logic when you go to extract a thing. For example, because I'm lazy, I'm extracting metals from the gas planets and MPPA. Gas planets are made of gas, so that is not my best decision in history. The bottom line is that all of your planets serve a purpose, and as you've seen in the last 3 planets that I've shown, all of my planets are extraction points with P1 production going on. So all of these extract reactive metals, they extract base metals, and they produce reactive metals. By contrast, my stuff on barren planets sucks noble metals to produce special stuff. Noble metals to make precious metals, right? I knew that. Going back to my point about each planet having a purpose, as you can see here, this guy doesn't do much. I put stuff in this case the reactive and precious metals, and it spits things out, in this case mechanical parts. 24 structures, 22 factories. In a day it'll make about 2,000. That concludes the pretty picture part of this. If you want to use those as bases to do your own, there's PDFs available. Me and Kaylin post them a lot about what to suck and what to build. Blow. Nice. Anyway, the rest of this video was more technical bullshit. Alright, my gimmick with the PI is 2-day cycle times, and the reason for that is because 2 days, exactly 2 days, is the last time that the cycles will run in half-hour increments. This is important. The reason why this is important is not because of any special 30-minute bonus. The reason is that the 30-minute cycles mean that if you are able to lord over these things like I do to maximize profit, every 30 minutes I will be able to do a haul to my factory planet. But Nora, you're fucking retarded. You can do a haul anytime you have stuff, and what's the difference? Well, if you look at these lovely graphs that they give you, you'll notice that in the left side, these bars are much higher. For whatever reason, when you extract a thing, at the beginning of the cycle, it extracts more than the end of the cycle. I don't understand why they decided to do this, because resetting the cycle just causes these numbers to reset. So in resetting, you never get these shitty numbers down here, you just get the good stuff over here. And while I will run 2-day cycles, I often reset it after about 5 hours. When I was in Empire, not shooting posses every day, I could lord over this for all of the hours I would spend shooting posses every day out here, so doing these 30-minute cycles was very, very profitable. I don't expect anyone to actually do the 30-minute cycles, because it's extraordinarily boring for people who aren't OCD like I am. But if you have a lot of time and nothing to shoot, it's a good way to maximize your passive profit. Not really passive this way, but you understand. Now, going back to my previous point about the sizes of the planets, if you look here at this lovely gas planet, 31,090 kilometers, pretty big. Versus this guy, a little barren planet, only 2,300 kilometers radius. So the point is, again, the larger the planet is, the longer your links are. And if you look here, you will notice that longer links tend to result in a wastage of CPU and power grid on your command center. In doing a factory planet, if you choose to do so, it's best to go with a smaller planet. In this case, I had no choice. It was either a huge storm planet or this ice ball. Ice ball is not the best. They're kind of big sometimes, but it serves the purpose well, as I can get 20-something factories on here. Now, going back to the profit maximizations game, if you are to run 30-minute cycles and you offset them by 10 to 15 minutes, you are probably going to be moving nonstop. And by that, I mean you're going to be hauling to and from your factory planet from your extraction planets. All of your factories will be cycling, and basically you're going to have things coming out every 5 to 10 minutes once the first hour passes. I realize that seems like a colossal pain in the dick, and let's be honest, it really is a colossal pain in the dick, but you're avoiding the diminishing returns of sucking out a single planet continuously for a long period of time in exchange for larger returns over a short period of time. Letting it sit for 2 weeks is all fine and good, but doing the work of it is probably better long term as far as your wallet is concerned. So to recap, make sure your planets are specialized. Smaller planets are better. Gas planets are like fat chicks, basically. Not really desirable, but they'll do in a pinch. Another thing to remember is that planet quality is dependent on relative security. So the lower security, more likely you're going to get better planet. In our case, MPPA is pretty decent, but it's not the best available. If you are willing to travel, E9KD is good, X5 TAC is good, C4C is good, but if you're just looking to make some passive profit, MPPA will do well. Another important thing to know is that your rate of sucking things out of the planets will depend on the presence of other people in the area sucking the same place you are. So show other characters' networks is useful. Fortunately for me, in MPPA, I am currently the only person actually using these planets, so there's plenty of resources for the taking for anyone else who should start working their PI. Actually, I just lied to you, because on my factory planet there is another person here, and clicking their command center will give you access to their extraction facilities, and right-clicking will give you access to their owner. In this case it is Solara of SG1, and based on their construction choices I would say they are extracting P1s for mass cells, or they have some kind of program to build them elsewhere. If they are extracting P1s for later production, they're stupid, because P1s are heavy and need to be processed on their planet of extraction for easier shipping. I don't have another word, just for easier shipping. Basically, this person's really dumb. So anyway, this has been a brief PI thing, as Lynn requested. Perfectly willing to expand and throw numbers at whoever is interested, but I doubt anyone will be. Have fun, and if you die, give me your stuff, please.